What's up, everybody? We are back. The NFL All Day midday show's happening. Big Ticket's going to be joining us momentarily right now. He sounds like he's in an echo chamber, so we're doing some IT work behind the scenes. The team hold crew's working on it. We also got Jleit here. What's going on, man? This is the first stream appearance.
I know. This is crazy. I've been watching your show for a long time and finally decided to ask you to hop on, and here we are.
There we go. I'm glad you did. We're also, listen, we're 30 seconds in. Supposedly the Big Ticket is back. Big Ticket, how are we doing?
I'm here.
Oh, you're here, and I also don't think there's background noise, so you know what that
Amazing.
means. We're good to go.
Hit it.
We are from the city and our business. Big ticket, big ticket. Gonna flip from dollar here, dollar there, dollar here, dollar there, dollar here, dollar there, dollar here, dollar there.
There we go. We got the Big Ticket here. We got Jleit. This is what we're going to do today. This is what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about last night. We'll go over the challenge a little bit, dive into some Rumble, talk about this weekend's action in general while we're doing the Rumble. And then last, I think we might have some packs to open by the end of it, hopefully. So I'm still refreshing right now. Let's see if anything came in. Last I checked, we've got our 3-star reward pack. Maybe by the end, I'll have my 4 and 5-star be tight. Big Ticket left. Let's see if he's coming back again. Let's see. Big Ticket. No, we're out. Now you're muted, baby. Now you're muted. You muted yourself.
Fun
There we
day.
go. There we go.
Time.
We're having fun.
What's up? Nice to meet you, Joe.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, bud.
Talking to you for a long time.
I know. You actually invited me to the Team Hold Discord. You remember that?
Wow.
No, from
We were in Pete's Deposit Kingdom,
Top
right?
Shot. Yeah.
Oh, you were from the deposit? We
Top Shot.
poached you from the deposit kingdom?
You did. I'm no longer there. So
Dude,
have the
stuck
last
on that over, Zet.
So, and now
I think we were chatting about Olympic challenges for NBA Top Shot.
Oh,
And you
nice.
said some guys in Team Hold were speculating on that too, and then you invited me in there, and
Oh yeah, me and Jeb Bush way back.
yeah, and here we are.
That's how I
Huge
got the
W
Big
on-
Ticket name.
Huge W on the Olympic one, right?
Oh yeah.
I think the Patty Mills paid off down the
There
road
we
a little
go.
bit.
There we
Alright.
go. JK is saying when all day intro drops. We're working on it right now. Literally right now it's being worked on. So hang tight. Rock and Roll already put something beautiful together a long time ago. And we've just been lazy on our end. So it's happening. But let's start with last night. Last night was pretty fun, right? Because we Mike Williams, similar to like the Russell Gage drama we had on Sunday night, where people were just like, God damn it, it's Mike Williams. It's going to be a Mike Williams rare. That's the bottleneck. And then Eckler out of nowhere just getting peppered with checkdowns as Justin Herbert had one lung left and then blew up the challenge. But what was that like? We'll start with Joe following along with that. How nuts was that for you?
Yeah, I was sweating that pretty hard. I sold my Mike Williams rare about an hour before the game,
Wow.
so it wasn't looking good for a while. But
Yeah.
luckily Eckler got there for us, and I woke up this morning. I didn't even remember who won last night, but I remembered Eckler. Eckler was either a hero or
A
a
villain.
villain to some. So
Well, what did you get off the Mike Williams at?
190, I think.
190. Yeah, because
And
I
I-
saw it pump all the way up to like 250, 260 something maybe,
Yeah.
and then came running back down. But that is we'll talk about the strategy for that in a second. But what about you? What about you, Big Ticket? How was it going for you?
I had 4, so I sold 2
Wow.
during the day.
Yeah.
And then I was looking good going into the game, and then as the game went on late, I sold the 2. I was gonna hold one for the moon and keep one to complete, and then he didn't get there. I saw Eckler. I had a lot of Kelsey's, so I was covered. But then I sold off on the Mike Williams at like 160, so still did okay.
Are you still holding one?
$85. No, I sold both.
You sold both.
Yeah, just in case he gets the S2
Yeah.
soon, and he's already down to 125. So
Yeah, so let's start there instead of what I was going to do. And this, welcome to Team Hold shows where I create an agenda and then we do something else. But I've been thinking a little bit about the rares, right? Because there was a big run up on rares because we were, you need them for Rumble for like the hero position, and then there was like speculation of what the rares could be used for, especially rares for guys that don't have commons. And this might be further down the road, but do we think like in the future we see something where either rares are being used specifically for challenges, or we're going to start seeing like the burning of rares? Because I'm going back and forth. I scooped up a bunch of rares. I'm trying to figure out what like my long-term plan is with some of these. And so I don't know, Joe, like what have you been, what's been your strategy with the rares? Are you someone who's also moving off them as S2 moments come out? What have you been doing?
Yeah, I don't have nearly as many as Big Ticket and some of the other guys do. I probably have 15 or so. But
that's a good collection though. That's a chunk.
Yeah, that's good.
like today I listed a Mike Evans rare that I bought just a couple days ago, but now he's questionable this week, and he should be getting a S2 moment coming up. It's hard. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you with the rare stuff too. It is tough because I think our brains have also been programmed to see what like Top Shot's done, and like as more supply comes out, obviously things are going to come down, but without actually knowing what kind of challenges we're going to see and what kind of like what type of requirements are going to be needed, whether it's burning or challenges. I don't know. Big Ticket, what about you, man?
I think there's going to be more challenges coming up soon outside of the playbook, where rares and legendaries will be needed again. Just because you're seeing so many like whales and stuff complain and talk to AJ all the time about it. So I think they'll reincorporate that. And also just trying to be careful of like what I'm holding. Like I don't want to be stuck holding, a ton of Kirk Cousins rares. Got 3 of them. And then he gets a common, and then those, aren't as good. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, what I'm going to hold on to.
Yeah.
But just preparing and having an exit strategy, I think that's always a good idea. And, targeting island games. So we know Vikings Eagles is coming up. So I'll probably move off my Kirk Cousins, at or before that game or during that game.
Yeah.
Same way I got rid of all the Bucks last week. I got sold Fournette and Godwin's and Evans, and then I just moved on from Mike Williams. So just trying to be prepared as I can.
Yeah, one of the things too, I kind of wanted to talk about as it came to last night's challenge. I felt like we didn't see the same run up that we saw last week either, and I don't know if that because of the Mike Williams bottleneck, or because for such a long time. I mean, we did see Eckler run up, but it felt like a more concentrated run up than what happened last week. Where last week it felt like just everything kind of shot up, and this time I feel like there was way more of a wait and see approach. And I don't know if people got a little bit sharper, being like, all right, I don't have to complete all the challenges, so maybe I just sell out a Thursday to acquire some Dapper so that way I can try to complete the rest of them. I don't know. Joe, did you notice anything about that with like the run-ups yesterday?
Well, I think they had been going up for the last week or so. So that's why there wasn't such a sharp thing. I'm going to look here and see. Because I know guys like Kelsey and Herbert, those guys were all going up for the last week. So
yeah, everyone was just ready this time.
Yeah.
Last week, I think a lot of people were new to this, so they weren't expecting it, and then they're overspending on Julio Jones. Like, I don't want to do that again. So I'll buy all week and be prepared. And it was last week was also the very first one. Everyone's excited. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted to complete it. You don't know what's going to come. So.
Yeah, it makes you wonder then, like, using that information, does that mean we are probably like the run up for the Monday night games maybe has already commenced? The run up for like next Thursday, has that already started? And if so, that might be the end of it. That might be the end of like the crazy run ups, because we're going to start seeing more moments come out.
So a week ago, Kelsey was at $37.
Mm-hmm.
Got up to 70s, mid 60s most of the day yesterday.
Yeah.
So it just slowly went up all week. I think, people were just trying to get ahead of it. And,
I know Joe is already prepared for next Thursday. There's Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Oh, there's been a lot of DPJ
it's
talk.
almost like doubled, so that's great.
I know.
Yeah.
Big Ticket came in the Discord like Monday night, and I think sarcastically was touting the Browns Steelers as a fantasy friendly game.
Yeah.
And I just looked. I'm like, oh, Donovan Peoples-Jones, 11 targets the other night. All right. stack
Load 'em
those,
up.
and they were like $8 or $9. So
Yeah.
and then Joko, like those guys only have one moment, so
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got to use somebody. We know we're getting
Yeah,
a challenge.
exactly.
Somebody's got to
Well,
be in it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're going to go defense with that game because
Or running.
Well, and the other thing too is we already saw that like Donovan Peoples-Jones is up 2x right now. Like just sell them before the challenge announcement next
Flip
week,
City.
or some of them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
Big Ticket's getting a lot of love on the merch today. Some is it?
That's my brother. What's
there
up?
you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
Knights.
there's your brother
Yeah,
in the
Knights of
house?
D-Gen.
There you
Nice.
go. I
Boy.
saw
Joe's
there,
a fellow Knight.
there was some other that came in there earlier too, about the Knights of D-Gen.
Yeah.
So all right, let's just like real quick. Big Ticket, did you complete the challenge last night, or did you sell out of it completely?
Well, I completed it. I only had one Eckler common, so as soon as Eckler gets in, everyone rushes to go buy the common. He starts skyrocketing, so I just went and bought the rare at like 210, and then now I can sell my common, and then
Go from there.
it. Yeah.
What about you, Joe? Did you complete last night?
I will be, yeah. I didn't complete any last week actually, and I think going back to the Gabe Davis thing, the reason he ran up was Cup and Diggs were the other two he needed, right? And they both had two commons, so they didn't really get out of control. And I think like Herbert being needed this week, he's what, $70, so he might have slowed the Eckler pump down a little bit too. So
yeah. It was funny. I was like pretty well prepared for it just because I was targeting the Chargers and Chiefs anyways, just for fantasy purposes at the beginning. So I had all of the pieces that I needed. And then it's funny. I've used to do this in Top Shot all the time too, where it's like, okay, I could go safe here. I could play this safe and just like complete this challenge and maybe sell off whatever extra piece that I don't need. Or I have some dapper. I can take some shots on something like really bottlenecking and then taking off. And I just took a massive L scooping a couple of Juju Smith-Schuster, like a couple extra commons of those. And God, I mean, 3 catches for 10 yards just took like a big dump. But again, it was you like take those shots, right? Like if like Kelsey would have been the other one, but I knew people were already in on Kelsey and Juju was a lot cheaper than it needed to be. But I mean, what has been kind of interesting to see is like during the game, those swings are wild and not necessarily jumping up, but like jumping down. Like if someone gets off to a slow start, like we saw with Juju, he cut in half. And I think one thing you take away from that is if there's a game and it's not really blowing out, right? Last time was different because Mike Williams had like 90 yards in the first like half. So it was a little bit different. But if no one had like over 50 and Juju's price is just like dropping, I mean, all it's going to take is like a couple of balls, one drive, and he shoots back up. So I feel like there's some shots you can take on that. Not necessarily last night, but in future Island games.
Last night was catches. So once Big Mike got out to like 4 catches, it was like, oh geez. And everyone
Eckler got down to 39 last night and was in like the mid 40s for a while, and then.
And then what's he at now? 80?
79, yeah.
79. Wow. But anyways,
fun,
yes.
Though. It was a lot of fun last night. Those swings are wild. I think a lot of people we're used to this. We've been doing this for a year. These Top Shot flash challenges, they're always like this.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of people who weren't in Top Shot. All day is new to them, and they're seeing these swings for the first time. And I saw a guy in a different Discord. He's like, I see a challenge announced. I run to the marketplace like a chicken with a head cut off. Don't know what I'm doing, and like we're like, okay, now we're selling.
I know.
You got to get ahead of this every day.
Or just like taking a minute. I think because I still have that itch when the announcement comes. I like run to the marketplace and see immediately. I have a pretty good idea of what my collection is, but I'm trying to figure out like what are the other pieces. And I think so quickly, right? You type in because a lot of people already had Eckler, Mike Williams, whatever, right? Josh Palmer was talked about. Everybody knows the Chiefs, but people are just plugging in Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Chargers and just scooping up a defense, right? Because you knew you needed it. And so Joey Bosa goes way up. Nick Neiman goes way up. But like J.C. Jackson kind of stayed where he was. And now part of that was because he was questionable, but I also think because he was on the Patriots last year. So I think like even though the announcement comes, you immediately go over there. Just like take a second. Just like you don't have to buy everything right away. Sure, you might miss out on $1, but like just take a second and make sure that you know what you're going after and like understand the landscape of what the challenge looks like,
Definitely.
Agreed.
But you guys want to mess around with Rumble a little bit and try to maybe build a lineup? And I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are, because I feel like people hear mine every day. So I don't know
this
if
week's tricky because we don't get all the cheat codes like last week.
Right. I'll share my screen and we can like talk through building. We don't necessarily have to build my lineup here, but would again much rather hear from you guys what you're thinking. But yeah, so for Thursday night, right? And the other thing I'll share too, Shut Up Momentum Labs. But we've got John has updated his projections for this week. So here you go. You can see that right here. And again, he like crushed a lot of the ownership last week. So I think it's worth looking at this, right? Where like he's got Josh Allen with the highest ceiling, but also with the highest ownership at 20% against Tennessee on Monday night. So I think that's what I always think is interesting, like real quick, just looking at this. So Josh Allen is going to have double the ownership of Jalen Hurts and has like a ceiling of 1 point higher than him. And so like, again, when you talk about ownership and like figuring out how to get different when you're going up against like 7,000 people or whatever it is, just something to keep in mind here when we're looking at ownership. But recommend checking that out. But when we go over to the roster, yeah, you're right. Like Thursday night, we didn't get a ton of information, right? So we've got, Mike Williams, probably the only playable guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
What do you have, 25, 26?
23, I think.
No, isn't it PPR? I thought he got high. I thought he was higher than that.
I think it was 8 for 111,
113,
and a touchdown.
19, 20. Yeah, 25.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Diggs got Thursday before, so he didn't really need him.
His lineup, he was 8 for 13, is that what you said?
8 for
113.
Well, oh yeah, 8 for 113. So that's
19.
Okay, yeah, 25. I thought he was a little 25. Bit higher. Why I get some wild scoring in some of my fantasy leagues, I think, because I had him at like 29 or something.
Weird.
But anyways,
3-point bonus like on DraftKings.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it was for 100 yards. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, so Mike Williams, like maybe Mike Williams, but that's it. Like I don't think you're playing Herbert. I don't think you're playing Kelsey. I don't think you're playing Mahomes. Even the defense, I think, what was it? You like 16?
I think it was only 13.
Yeah, is that what it was? 13? Yeah. So
they had 10 on Yahoo, and then you get the +3 for the win. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
The exact scoring is Yahoo, but I'm imagining it's pretty close.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think anything is really playable. I bet we see some Mike Williams ownership. Let's see. Let's actually double check what John had for Mike Williams for. Did I just delete something? No, it's view only. Okay, no, I didn't. He's got him only at 5%, so it's not really it doesn't move the needle too much for me, but I don't know. So taking that into consideration that we're probably not playing anybody, what are your guys' first thoughts? We'll start with Joe. Also, Mike, I feel like when you take a breath, it's going right into the microphone. It's going, so just be careful. I think, but why don't we start with you, Joe? What do you got for me? Like, what's your like first lean when you start building?
Do you want to pull the projections up again quick?
Yeah, we can go over to the ownership projections. So you let me know where you want. Start at quarterback. You want me to start up there?
Quarterback.
Yeah.
So if Josh Allen's going to be that high owned, I mean, never going to talk you off the best quarterback in the league, but I think on DraftKings too, I'm looking at Lamar Andrew stacks because I don't know. Last week's game they weren't pushed at all. Like Lamar didn't have to run. They didn't really have to throw much in the second half. Same thing with Miami too. Like they were beating up on your Pats, but they didn't have to do anything. Yeah.
No, they didn't have to do anything. And I think Miami can keep up with them a little bit too. So I don't hate that call. I don't hate that call at all. So you see Lamar, right? Lamar is, I think, the second most popular play, but still a big gap between Josh Allen. Like that's different. So 12.5%. And he's got his median like projection at 22, but his ceiling at 35. But if you start with Lamar, right, let's go down to Mark Andrews, and see where he's at tight end wise. And they've got, so they actually have him as the most popular player. I think a lot of that has to do with Kelsey sucking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because who else are you going to play? I mean, it's Waller, Pitts, Kittle's out again this week, so.
Yeah, the Kittle, being out sucks again. So
maybe you just do Lamar naked and
That's
I mean,
true.
he can get there running, obviously, and
Mm-hmm.
I like Tyreek as a bring back. I mean, I think he'll probably be a little overlooked, and
Yeah, and they are really using Tyreek. So they
yeah,
have him at 12% too. I'm actually surprised by that. I thought that was going to be lower. So I don't know. Maybe a lot of the stacking bros are going to go that route. But I got to tell you, man, like when you look at these names of Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, and then even Diggs and Chase, like people are going to be clicking those. Like those ones are the ones that are going to be clicked the most.
Yes.
I see Tom saying just ripped a Josh Allen debut in 3-star. Hell yeah.
Nicely done.
And then at BD, this is a great call, man, because I don't think that's going to be. Let's see what Knox is at over here. He's got now 5%, but again, like I'm a big fan of fading like whatever the popular tight end is, only because like you see it's all just so bunched up, like it's so bunched up there, and it's like really hard for tight ends to separate themselves. So I like that call a lot. Big Ticket, what about you? When you were like first look, what are you thinking about doing?
For tight end, I like Waller the best. Arizona just gives it up to tight ends.
Yeah.
And Kelsey destroyed him last week. And then running back, it seems pretty chalky at the top three with Saquon, Taylor, and McCaffrey. That's who I would just assume would be the top plays.
Well, look at what we got here.
Oh.
Leonard Fournette here with the highest ceiling of 36 and the median of 23. I gotta wonder if that has to do a little bit with the Saints secondary. No Chris Godwin. If I wonder if John is thinking this is like check down central, but because I agree with you. Looking at this like real quick, I was like, okay, Taylor. I'm not going to play Taylor and Christian McCaffrey, so it's probably going to be one or the other with Saquon. But I also wonder if McCaffrey's ownership goes down a little bit because like people were burned last week. I don't know.
Yeah. I kind of like Dalvin Cook 3%.
Yeah, well, especially because it's narrowed down with the rare. But that's a fun matchup against Philly. I think there's gonna be a lot of points in that game.
Yeah, I think Artemis was saying he's gonna stack that game, like Hurts.
Yeah, I was gonna go Hurts.
So.
Yeah, Hurts Brown Jefferson seems pretty juicy.
Yeah, well, you can throw in Goddard too. He's got a rare, maybe Cook.
Yeah, what was Goddard again too? Sorry, I know I'm like scrolling around a lot, but I wanted to see.
Probably low.
Yeah, he just has a rare too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just has a rare. 1%. Yeah, 1% with the highest, tied for the highest ceiling here at 25.
And if you get a couple guys that get 1-2%, then I don't mind jamming in some best plays. So.
Yeah. And Merkmai says the circulation matter for Fournette. Yeah, for the record, we are talking about building a fantasy lineup right now in a free contest where only like 5% get paid. Do not go buy rares and legendaries specifically for this. And yeah, Artemis is right. Swift did run all over Philly. Big Ticket. I know you're a Philly fan in the area. I'm sure sports radio right now is going like, yeah, of course we won, but what the fuck is going on with the defense?
Everyone is complaining about that. And leading up to it, though, everyone was worried. I told you last week, like people were scared here because they didn't tackle each other in practice all training camp.
Right.
Like, you got to be ready. And, sure enough, they gave up 35 points to the Lions.
Yeah, it's not great.
Now you're playing a real team, so.
Yeah. I will say, though, a lot of like 14 of those points came in was somewhat garbage time, right? Like what you got, the game was kind of in hand, and then the Lions came back at the end.
But Swift's running all over him. That can't happen.
Yeah. And it's either that defense is like old against the run, or maybe Swift is nasty. I know that was I just leaned into Boston. I know that was a bad Philly. I should have gone Oogie and she'd be like stuff like that.
Oogie.
Oogie. I was thinking I just keep thinking of We Own This City, which I know doesn't take place in Philadelphia, but what's his name? John Bernthal. His accent and that was like very good. Anyways, all right, so we talked a little bit about tight end. Let's go back to the wide receiver conversation a little bit, because I do think we're going to see like so much ownership on Kupp, Jefferson, and and Chase. Excuse me. I don't think Diggs is going to be that high, but I guess if Josh Allen's going to be that high, he's going to be that high. I think it's hard to get off both Kupp and Jefferson. I feel like that's going to be tricky.
Yeah, when I did a first look lineup, I just put in who I thought would be, the best place. It was Allen with Diggs and Kupp. So,
I like it.
But I mean, just Jefferson's really good too.
Yeah, he's so good.
Well, Packers also made them look pretty good too last week. They didn't.
That's true.
Not a good game plan. We're
Yeah,
hearing a
the
lot of
Packers
that in
have a
Green
good
Bay
corner?
about. Yeah, and they didn't shadow him.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. But I just like, I mean, who on the Philly, like, who's your number one corner?
They got Slay and they got Bradbury and they just
Yeah.
run in Sauce. So
Yeah, I just think Jefferson's really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's really good.
So let me here. I'll build a little.
What's
I'll start.
Jefferson at? 27%.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I can't not play Jefferson. If I was gonna play one, it'd be Cup. But here we go. If I throw Jefferson in, I've got the Jalen Hurts. I know I'm kind of anti-quarterback at rare, but again, if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be a rushing one. And then let me get Brown in there because what's Brown's projections here? So he's got him at 12.5%. But again, like right there, he's right there with everybody else. And like the only thing I'm concerned about is they threw to him so much last game that they even in the press conference were like, you know what, we got to get Devonta Smith a little bit more involved. Like we like all of our wide receivers. So I could see like Devonta getting forced a little bit, but AJ Brown is just so good.
I wonder if the Vikings play them differently too and not press them and blitz them.
Yeah.
Hurts it is. And so they make him throw.
Mm.
We'll see, just shadow him. So I don't know if it's going to be more of Goddard, I don't know who that helps, but
yeah, no, I don't. I
don't know how you can let Hurts run like that. So
yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Assume that they try to do something different.
You would think so. I'm also seeing. I see Weisberg's comment about what about Debo. I actually don't hate that take either because they've got no Mitchell. No Mitchell. I think they're still going to try to run the ball, or just like use him against Seattle. I mean, I don't know. The matchup's not my favorite, but
I think they should smash Seattle.
They should. I can't see Seattle hanging with them again. All right, so this is the start of my stack here. I also want to talk through one more potential hero. Yeah. Pittman I kind of liked, but they've been a little bit weird with that. Like the Colts just didn't practice today. They had a walkthrough. Like the whole team didn't practice. And I know Pittman and Pierce haven't been practicing a lot this week. So that makes me a little bit nervous. But Pittman is someone who clearly Matt Ryan is going to target. If you wanted to get like wild off the board, like really different, I know Dak's out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what other wide receivers they're going to throw to.
Lamb, no.
And dude, like if they're going to be behind, they're going to be throwing the whole time. I don't think the Bengals secondary is great. I could listen if we're talking off the board, trying to win first place. I don't hate it. You can also talk me into Amon-Ra St. Brown against Washington because I think points will be scored in that game too, and they're between two shitbag organizations.
What about Denver? You think their coach pulls his head out and says maybe we should just let Russ throw the ball?
Maybe
they did, didn't they? I mean, he threw it how many?
Yeah, I mean, like just give him let him
yeah
he wants. They're playing Houston, right?
Yeah. I don't know. You talking about playing like one of his wide receivers at?
Yeah, like Sutton or Judy. I actually would be Sutton probably with the rare.
Yeah, I could say like I don't hate that because I'm assuming again like that's going to be so unique. All right, I'm going to keep going with this build though. We'll stay with Hurts, Jefferson, Brown. So let's look at defense next. And let's look. Does he have defensive projections too? I don't know if he does. Okay, cool. So he's got the Chiefs on the high end with 13. I'm not playing the Chiefs. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Green Bay against Chicago is pretty interesting. I also like the 49ers against Seattle. I'm sorry. I'm not buying this Geno stuff.
Yeah, that's
that's what you have in too?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of like the 49ers. He doesn't have any ownership projections for that. But the Bengals against say that again?
Bengals, yeah.
They'll be chalk,
Yeah, Bengals against Cooper Rush.
Maybe the Browns against the Jets, Flacco.
The Browns should get like 35 sacks, right? I think Pittsburgh would have been a pretty fun play if TJ Watt was still in there. I still think they're probably an okay play. Like I think they have a lot of safety in the sense that the Patriots just aren't going to score a lot of points this year. And so like you're probably guaranteed like 8 to 10, but like a pick six is still in play when you have like Minka Fitzpatrick on your team. And you could probably make a case for the Patriots too, who no one's going to play, but in the same way, like I'm not scared of Mitch Trubisky right now. So, but I think I lean Cleveland. I think Cleveland or San Francisco are my two favorites. I think. So let's see. Do I even have Cleveland? I don't have Cleveland, and I don't have San Francisco, so that's useless. Let's just
Browns
throw
are all
in.
expensive now for next week, so
Yeah, right.
That's true. It's already been bought up.
Even everyone's kind of everyone's $8 or $9, so
That's crazy.
it is kind of crazy, right? We could talk about that a little bit, like
The $9 floor.
yeah, because everyone has
why aren't we
to
just
buy
selling
them up
Sell
to
them.
burn, and
Right.
no new packs except for what we're getting in these challenge reward packs. So
Well, and John tweeted out something today that I think he said 74,000 new moments are introduced to the ecosystem, but 80,000 moments were burned.
nice.
And so like I agree with Jed that is not sustainable, and that Mike says you should take profits. I agree with both of those takes.
Absolutely.
But I do think this is maybe not a $9 floor sustainable, but I also look at there. Garen said he hit a rare in his 3-star. I do think they're like if that is how they're gonna. I think you could get a rare in the 3-star. No,
there was just 4.
I thought it was 3, 4, 5. Maybe not, because like 5 was guaranteed, right?
Oh right, you can. Yeah, because you technically get 3 rares. That's right.
Yeah. There you go, Garen.
job.
But I do think like if they're going to continue to release moments like this and burn moments like this, that is going to at least slow. And I forget who made this point. I forget who was on the show. Maybe it was John on Shot Tank. It's going to at least take a much longer time to get up to where that like supply is out there, you know?
And unless they do a big pack drop, yes.
Right.
Um,
Well, no,
we saw-
and we know that will come, but I think by the way the pacing in which they're burning stuff right now is very good.
Yes, I love it. And hopefully, we get new commons of guys who don't have commons,
Right.
and rookies and that kind of stuff, and not guys who
That would
will
be nice.
instantly be dumped. So
I
That
do
would
have
be
a
nice.
list of guys we can expect new moments from week
There you
1. If you want
All right, hit me.
let's do it.
Justin Jefferson, obviously a rare.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he's got the common and legendary. Saquon had a big game
Yeah.
last week. DeAndre Swift. Those guys just have commons and a legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans, who's got 2 rares
Yeah.
right now. Julio, I guess, had that, I don't know, big catch. That could be one. But
I think
then other guys
Julio is probably for us is one because of the challenge, right? Like the challenge making everybody like jacked
True.
up for Julio. Because I remember thinking the same thing, and then I looked at his line and I was like, oh, he was like 3 for 60 yards. Cool.
he did look kind of good, though.
He did. He looked, yeah. And with no Godwin, he's probably going to get more burn.
But like guys like Brandon Cooks, he doesn't have a common. Dalvin, those guys didn't really have huge games, or I don't know if they had big plays in
Yeah.
week 1, but just some guys we could look for in next week's packs, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, CMC too, I guess.
Yeah, we can see that.
Those packs next week will be fun because they're going to be coming next Friday.
Wait, what do you mean?
So next week, these packs we're playing for right now that come next Friday, the reward ones, are going to have a blend of S2 and S1.
Oh, right, right.
So, we could be seeing new rares of these superstars.
Well, and what would be kind of nice too is like if these are coming out to users like this instead of in a full pack drop, you might just sell the shit out of it. Right? Like because if they're not releasing all of them, right? If it's out of like, I don't know, 800 and only like 200 are coming into the ecosystem.
Yeah, they're going to be up.
Sell. A lot of rares coming. Stan hit a Carson Wentz rare in his 3-star. Let's go. Damn. Huge.
I have my packs, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still have my 3-star. I still have my 3-star. We can actually, if you guys, Big Ticket, are you sitting on any?
I know I have the 2-star still. Let me see what I got. See if I got the 3-star yet.
Yeah, if you want to pull your screen up, if you want to share it, I'll pull it up and we can you can start ripping that and we can talk a little bit about like if I had to guess what you guys were doing for Sunday is probably just sitting and waiting because I imagine you've already like scooped the things that you've wanted, but we could talk a little bit about what we think Sunday might be and how we're approaching it. I don't know, Joe. While Big Ticket pulls that up, do you have any like what are you looking forward to with Sunday?
So I'm thinking for the Sunday slate, I could see like passing yards would make sense for a challenge. Like last week was rushing. I just think it's hard to do quarterback and running back specific challenges for the primetime games, because there's usually only two guys you can choose from. So I think that, and then Sunday night could be interesting because Packers don't have any pass catchers other than Lazard on the site,
right?
And the Bears, Mooney. So that could be a running back challenge or running back focus challenge. Obviously, you have the quarterbacks, and I know we've been buying some of the rivalry, the historical rivalry moments with Packer and Bears players, because obviously that's probably one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL. That would make sense to be like a throw-in for that. So
that's good. I go ahead. What's up, Big Ticket?
I can't see. Can you see my screen?
No, not yet. So there should be a screen at the bottom, like a little tab at the bottom that says share screen.
Yeah, I did that.
And then you'll just pick the tab that you're sharing. I could see that Monday night game being a little defensive oriented too, where like similar to last night, like the quarterback that throws the most yards gets in. Although what does Fields have for moments right now?
He's got a common and
he does have a
legendary, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, there you go, Big Ticket. You're on the screen, baby. You got two. You get a 2-star and a 3-star.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is good because I need moments to burn, so I haven't burned anything yet.
Same. That's why I got a Tyus Bowser in my my 2-star pack, and I was like, hell yeah, that's one.
Yeah, I got Riley Dixon. I did not even know he was on the site. He's a punter for the Giants.
There you go. Huge Riley Dixon fan.
Yeah, I'm glad they minted that and put that in packs and not Trey Lance common that people would want.
Also, wow, people hitting some Josh Allens. Let's go, boys. This is fun. We're having fun.
There we go. This always takes.
I know. I always forget. About
it's
that.
Great when it was on the McAfee show.
I know.
Just kept
so long. That was rough.
I know. I like the idea of passing yards for this weekend. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think so. I think it'll.
But that could get expensive with Brady, and I know Matt Ryan's just got a lot of Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matt Ryan could really screw it up. Or Goff.
I think we're
guys aren't on the slate though, because Allen's not there, and Herbert and Mahomes, Hurts,
Trey Lance, baby.
Trey Lance could screw everything up. Yeah.
Although he can't throw. Yeah.
That should make people want to complete last night's because you don't know what's coming.
Well, I'm kind of rooting for that. I'm rooting for one of these to be very hard. Because I think it'll be like a nice wake-up call to people. Because I think everyone's like, oh, yeah, I'll sell out on Thursday because I'm going to do Sunday night, Monday, and I'll be good.
Right.
All right, here we go. Is Trevor?
Berrios?
No, who's this? Oh, Braxton.
Load
Cereal, though.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, Hurts. Okay.
Nice.
There we go. That's a nice little pack.
Also low cereal.
Oh, Jalen Hurts action. That's nice.
Oh, crap. What'd I do? All right.
We love it.
That's nice.
Do we have any honest Ian, do you think we've been lying to you? It's only honest here, Ian. I think Lance is going to be fine. I think if anybody overreacting, you might be out on Lance. I would say you can't use last week to be out on Lance. Like if there was a hurricane, that can't be the reason that you're like, this guy sucks at playing quarterback where you throw the football.
People thought Hurts was garbage last year at this time.
Yeah.
And he's top 5 quarterback in the league in fantasy football.
In fantasy, yeah.
Right,
well,
fantasy. That's
still
what
can't
we're talking
throw.
About. Fantasy. I don't care who wins. It's all about fantasy football.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the jury's still out on Lance. But I also, you know what, Ian? I actually take back my sass about saying, "Can I get an honest take?" Because I can't give you an honest take because I have 25% of him in Underdog Fantasy Sports.
Yeah, same here.
I need him to be good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is a 3-star, baby. And then I got a 3-star. I'll open up as well.
No rares.
Ooh, no rares. Damn. That's right. How about some debuts? Colts. Naheem Hines. I like Hines. I don't know how valuable he is in all day, but
Thielen.
Ooh, there we go. I like Thielen.
Yeah. I think I had 10 of those. Ramondre? No, Damien Harris.
Oh, Damien. That's okay. Still usable. Or burnable.
All right. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know if I'd burn anything except that Barrios, but it's a low cereal. See, I'm at a dilemma.
You flip the Barrios for $1 extra, $2 extra maybe, and then buy back a Barrios to burn.
Barrios. Burn it.
I got a question here. Here, why don't we? And I'll remove your screen. I'll open mine up in a second. But both of you guys can answer. We'll start with Joe. You think it's possible we see any challenge that use play type? So instead of just like the player, that you need to get the specific play type.
Yeah, I suppose they could. I never even thought of that, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah, I
what do
don't
you mean? Like a quarterback, but he's running?
So it'd be, well, yeah, I don't know. It's different than basketball, right? So it's wide receivers always catching.
Yeah, and they're not really listed as like touchdown, right? It's not listed as like when you get a moment. It's not like touchdown moment. It's like they might have scored a touchdown, but it's not by play type. So,
I think they'll keep this as simple as possible.
As long as they can, yeah.
Yeah. So passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, receptions, touchdowns.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I think this is more defensive focused then. So you're saying like safeties, punts, and sacks.
So is that team defense then?
Maybe. I could see like a team moment. We haven't seen a team moment yet, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these teams do have moments now, I think, if not all of them.
They should.
What about wide receiver? Yeah. Oh, you mean just as a sorry, I thought you meant as a play moment, Milo. I was like, come on. We could see that though. I honestly hope that's the direction it goes, where it still stays football specific. So like last night was most receptions, not most yards. Maybe it is most yards after the catch one week. I'd be open to that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is the 3-star. So I still have 2 more packs coming after this, which will be fun. Let's see. Any blue? Any blue? Any blue? No, we get three commons, right? Those are all commons. None of those are legendaries. All right, here we go. The legendary looks so much like a common. Who's this? Who's this? Cincinnati Bengals moment. Okay. I got too excited. I was like, Chase? That's a nice little sack. That's a nice one. We'll take it. We'll take it or we'll burn it. We'll do something with it for a touchdown. We like the team melts here.
You can use that this week if you want.
That's true. We were saying I needed a Bengals moment, so there you go. Yeah. Next up. Ooh.
Well, that's a team Cincinnati Bengals moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here we got Amir Smith.
That's going to get burned, I think.
Yeah.
He made us cash in preseason, so.
That's true.
Is he even on a team right now? He got cut by the Vikings. I don't know if they re-signed him. Borland, you know?
Yeah, Borland. Is he still here?
Oh. He's an Iowa guy, though. I know that.
There we go.
They could use
a lot.
Him right now.
They wanted Rager over him, so that should tell you.
That's true. He's on the Bears. See ya. Burn, baby, burn. He's gone.
There you go. Sunday night.
He's gone.
Oh,
all right, here we go.
sneaky.
Last one. Oh, not Joe Schobert again. This is the second or third time I've pulled this motherfucker.
He's not on the team either.
Oh, brutal. All right, well, so we got 2 to burn. We got 2 to burn there. We're not going to complete the set. Relax. That was a tough one. You know what, though? I'm not going to complain. I don't know if I showed you guys. I told you guys off air, I think, or I put it in the Discord. But there we go. So these have been my rewards so far. Put that Trevor Lawrence for sale already because I own 3 of them. I own 3. Nice. And then Bowser. So we got 1, 2, 3 burns at least, and then at the Baker Mayfield I also got.
I would delist Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
because if it's passing yards, he's live to get there.
Yeah, they should be throwing a lot this weekend too.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
true.
how many of them are in circulation, but
Oop, there we go. Announcement. The leaderboard snapshot has been completed according to NBA Top Shot. Let's see. I know we're talking NFL. I'm just going to read the announcement. Say cheese, says Mustafa. Congratulations to the top 750. You will earn a Top Shot debut moment that will go down in history. To find out if you made the cut. Let me see. I actually do want to see if I made the cut.
How many did you do, Mike?
I only did 2, but I don't think I made the cut for the Celtics, but I do think I might have made it for the Nuggets. I see J-Web 28th.
Wow.
I actually might
I
not
made it
have.
for the Heat, and I did not make it for the Mavericks in Charlotte.
Ooh, Rad
Which is
Dad. I see
stupid.
Rad Dad's on. You did make it for one of them?
Yeah, for the Heat. Well, as of a couple days ago. So
I thought for sure I was going to make the Nuggets one, so I'm a little surprised here. But maybe I got booted out.
oh boy.
I thought I had no, I actually might have been booted out. They might have jumped up. Yeah, it looks like I did because I think I had like 48,000 and it looks like it was right around 49,000 was the cutoff. So we missed that one, but I'm glad it's over. Glad it's over. That's for sure. All right,
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
there you go. Be happy, dude.
Yeah.
I know.
I know I
but
didn't qualify hardly for. I'm in the general queue for the running back pack, so that tells you how.
Yeah, me too.
I
Me
have
too,
nothing.
actually. Actually, I should be in priority queue for the rare ones. I just had a floaty loan that's coming back that will give me a big boost.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, there we go. I got booted off, so whatever. Congrats to everybody who got their moments. I see Hamburgers got OKC and Raptors, which is exciting. Got on the Knicks, Spurs, Rockets, and Clippers. That's huge. Mike's in the Celtics one. Huge, huge, huge.
It's just for me. Maybe it's a LeBron.
Maybe. I'm excited for everybody that got one. Wow, I can't believe I didn't get on the Nuggets though. I was surprised.
Do you go to your leaderboard page?
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. But I think I did. I think I had like 46,000 and that ended up being kind of the cutoff. So let me see here. Sorry, no, I know we're going off the rails a little bit, but I just want to see my leaderboards.
This is important. We've been doing this for months.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, 775.
Oh.
I really was. I was off by like 900 Top Shot score points. That's funny. That's hilarious. But I don't know. Anything else we've opened some packs. I want to make sure I didn't have
Yeah,
any.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What do you guys think every week we're going to be burning 5 moments to get access? Or do you think maybe next week they say, hey, burn a rare? Or something more specific like that? Or you think it's going to continually be 5? Burn any 5?
Do you think it'd be like burn 1 rare is equivalent to burning 5 commons, something like that? Or would it be
I think
more
4 rare is like, what, $45, so it makes sense.
So that would raise that. But then people would just be buying the floor rares to burn. But
correct.
Yeah, I think they have to do something with rares, right? Like that's been kind of abandoned so far.
And they always have. That's why we were buying up all the rares, because every challenge had that, the rare level and legendary level. So
I like both of I like both the idea. Like people are saying, no, it needs to be 2 to 3 moments. I actually like that it's 5 moments. I think it should be hard. I think this shit should be hard. And so if 1 week instead, I can hear the argument for like, you can either burn this 1 rare or 5, whatever. I like that. But I also kind of like the idea of there's no option. Like you have to burn 1 rare if you want to do this. And the one reason I want to see something like that earlier rather than later is to drive home the fact that like, it could change at any minute. You're not going to be able to do every single one. It's like, I think that mindset needs to be shifted because they do. And they've done a good job of doing that with saying like, you don't need to complete every single mini challenge in order to get the rewards. Right. I think that is good. But yeah, we'll see. That's a good question though. Big Ticket.
Yeah. I saw people, I was in All Day General a couple days ago, and don't go in there. It's a nightmare. But people were complaining like it cost too much to complete everything last week. Like you don't have to, why are you starting from scratch, first of all?
Yeah.
And if you are, then just save up your collection, sell what you can, buy what you think could be in the next one and go from there. No one the entitlement, people think they should instantly be able to complete all 5 levels.
It's like week
put
1.
No money in. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And we haven't even seen what the rewards like. We don't even know what people are hitting yet, and you're already like, wait, well, when my turn?
Yeah, this is too much. I saw like there's gonna be a mass exit. No, there's not.
I know. Yeah, people. That's what I'm saying. I like that type of thing. Like the earlier we can suss that out, the better. I think. Well, dudes, I think we're gonna wrap there. Unless there's anything, I thought that was like a good thing to bring up before we get out of here. Joe, is there anything else you needed to hit before we wrapped?
No, I don't think so. I guess I would just say like for challenges, like if you don't get in early, I think you're almost better off waiting for when you know what's going to be needed for the challenge. like people were buying after the challenge announcement last night, buying, Kelsey's at $75 when we don't even know, he's 50% shot to be needed for the challenge. And then he tanks, like you might have to pay a little bit more, but if you're going to do the challenge, you might as well just wait till you know what's needed instead of speculating.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, shut out Juju Smith-Schuster,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like we were buying those at $8-9 a month or two ago, and so I know a lot of us were selling before the game even started last night. So there's just ways to, if you get in early enough, just be smart.
Yeah,
take your profits. Don't chase until you know for sure, I guess.
Yeah, don't chase unless you're like, hey, I'm fine with getting an L.
Like if you bought Mike Williams last night at like $250 or something.
Hang on forever.
Yeah, use it for Rumble or try to get your money out of it. Hopefully he'll hit again. Who knows how serious Keenan Allen's injury is. He might be able to use it again.
Yeah.
But probably not. Yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff. I sold over 100 moments in the last 4 days. So
wow.
Somebody said take profits along the way, and I am taking profits along the way. And then it just becomes, I haven't bought anything in a while. The only thing I bought like 9 Daniel Jones because he plays week 3 Monday night and $21 starting quarterback, Island game. Why not?
Yeah.
Only moment, right? That's his only.
The only moment, and that's probably not a good play, but I wanted to buy something. So
yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all.
Waiting to see. So
might as well. Is it dad duty time now?
Yeah.
Same here.
Well, Joe, dude, thank you for coming on, man. Your first time. I hope to continue doing this on Friday with both of you guys. This was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Thanks to as long as you guys are down for
Joe.
it.
For sure. Yeah, thanks. Had the beer helped for sure.
There you go. I love it.
Definitely a little nervous before.
Nah, dude, you crush. You don't have to be nervous on Team Home because no one will make a bigger fool of themselves than me. So you have nothing to worry about. Yeah, so we'll do this again next Friday if you guys are both free to do it. I enjoyed doing this. Like, Big Ticket, where can people find you? Anything you need to shout out right now?
I'm on Instagram, bigticket.1.
Wow, we got an Instagram shout out?
That's about it.
Go,
Big Ticket. I'm not very active.
Thirst traps, baby. Find the Big Ticket. Big Ticket thirst
Me
trap.
and Joe became Facebook friends.
That's huge. That is huge.
That was weird.
Come on. I haven't been on Facebook in years, but
that was part of Joe's sell job to me. Joe's like, I promise, dude, we're good. We're friends.
Facebook official. Yeah.
There we go. Joe, do you want people finding you anywhere? Anything?
You could check out my TikTok at. I got nothing. Find me in Discord. I'll be there.
There we go. I'll be back. No afternoon, no happy hour show
Where
today.
Where can we find you, Mike?
Yeah, just fucking on YouTube. You can find me at 69mega.com. Only Putin didn't find the. Honestly,
finally got it in there.
Good. This is pretty good. Only Putin didn't find girl. Only. So welcome to 69mega.com. Only Putin didn't find girl with us. Great
Classic.
stuff. Listen, no afternoon show, no happy hour show. I'm gonna rest the vocals. I got something else going on. So we're gonna take that week off. But Sunday morning, we're back here at 11. AJ Curry from NFL All Day is going to come on and help announce whatever the Sunday slate challenges are going to be. So come back here. We'll dive into the fantasy Rumble world. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll get out of here with some big ticket tunes. Get into Discord, and let's just like run good this weekend.
Let's go.
All right, thanks again, guys.
Yep.
We are from the city.